Oh, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Quant update. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening right in front of our eyes as we speak here. You can see this breakdown that we've been following for months is actually finally showing some signs of life here. And as I've always said, that the move that is going to happen here with Quant is going to take a lot of people by surprise. And obviously, I mean, we are working with this fractal. If you're wondering where the fractal is coming from, this is actually coming from the Bitcoin cash price at back then in something like June 2023, right, this year. So I remember this moment really vividly because it was actually something that was really bad. The price was grinding to the downside, but I was also seeing the RSI having some kind of a divergence and the price is grinding to the downside. So I was like, you know what, let me just take my chances here. So, I mean, remembering what was happening down here before this huge pop, which was actually something like 275% pump to the upside in a matter of days. I mean, it was amazing, fantastic, obviously, but again, easily related to what the Quant price that is doing right now. And I'm going to show you, obviously, a number of examples across markets because, I mean, one example, obviously, is just not enough. We are also going to be taking a look at where the Quant price is eventually going to go for the next bull market, right? But before we get into today's content, I just want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. It just helps with the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Quant updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on Quant and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And that's without me running my mouth too much. Let me actually get into the video. But before I forget, and just as a reminder, I'm actually going to be running a giveaway on the 1st of January 2024 here on the channel. But it's going to be in the form of Jasmine tokens. If you don't know, there is a certain cryptocurrency called Jasmine, and I'm going to be giving away 100,000 of those to 3 lucky winners. So each winner will be walking away with 33,000 Jasmine tokens, right? And according to the TA that we did on this channel, that could actually turn out to be $33,000 in the future. So if you are interested in that, just make sure that you drop a comment in any of my videos, and also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you can actually stand a chance to enter the draw and win and walk away with potentially $33,000 in the future, right? Now, with that being said, let's get back into real business here. So we were looking at this fractal right here. I've already given an example, and you can easily see like striking similarities with all the phases that we have right here. So we are expecting a huge pop to the upside here with Quant, something that we were talking about even when we were down below, like something like $98. I was saying, like, you know what, there is something like a 250 275% pump that is just going to show up. We're just going to shock everybody here. But obviously, that's not the ultimate goal, right? But before we get to the bigger picture, just want to show you some of the examples that I've seen across markets. By the way, we're going to start with the first one here, which is actually Dogecoin. Back then in something like 2016, right, you can see the same structure that we were having with Quant there, having some kind of grinding price action here. You just continue to the downside slowly but surely. It's actually torturing if you are involved in a market like this, because you wake up in the morning, see the price is low, you sleep, the price is low. I mean, it's just no, stagnant during the day, and nothing really happens. So these are the kind of price action that take people out of the market. But I mean, now we have got something to look back and say, okay, this is how really these things have worked before. We also have got another example here of XRP. You can see the same kind of structure as well, although this one at least was moving, up and down. But then again, if you put it on a bigger time frame perspective as well, you can just see that flattening out and prices really doing nothing in the grand scheme of things. It's torturing, but all of a sudden you just go, you shoot to the upside. This move here for XRP was actually something like more than a 10x, the one that you see after all this gruesome price action that was happening right there. But then again, we also have the example of a recent example actually of XDC. I don't know if you know, there is a certain cryptocurrency called XDC as well. And you can see the same kind of grinding price action right there just before you continue to just pop to the upside all of a sudden, right? But there are some kind of nitty-gritties that we can actually take a look at to see maybe if there are indications to see when was the breakout confirmed, right? Now, when you come back and look at Quant, you can actually see that, there was a support level here, which we were saying that if this one is broken, we are probably going to be invalidating the whole structure. I mean, that was probably like 2 months ago or 3 even, but we got supported there, and that was really cool, right? So now take a look at what is happening now here. We are bouncing and we are now breaking this high right here. I just want to take you back to the Dogecoin price, because this is actually one that is resembling this kind of price action much better than all the other examples that I've just given. So you can see the same kind of price action happening right here. You can see the price being supported here, and then all of a sudden you start moving, you start breaking these highs here. You are doing the same thing here with Quant as well. You are breaking these ones. You see all these ones here. we have the same thing happening actually with Dogecoin. You can see all these ones, all these ones, all these ones. So now you can easily see that once this first, the previous high was taken here, according to this structure, there was some kind of a pullback which happened. The good thing is I don't expect a big pullback to happen anymore because we have already had that pullback which supported the price here. That's the same thing that we are having with Dogecoin right here at this moment. Let me go ahead and draw a trend line so that the confusion is not as much, right? So you see, this is the trend line that we drew with Dogecoin. This is the trend line that we were drawing with Quant here. You can see it being backtested right here. We have the same thing happening with Dogecoin being backtested, and then out of that, it's just off to the races. Once you break and confirm this level here, the previous high, which would be for Quant, this specific level that we are looking at here, we've already done that. So from here, I expect the price to start shooting to the upside, right, in the immediate short term, right? Another example that we could take a look at maybe is probably XRP. And you can see that here, once we work out these levels here, these levels, same levels, compared to the previous high, obviously, you can see that this is when the steam actually starts picking up in the market. So be aware of that level there. If I would go back to the Quant price, that maybe I would actually say that, you know what, once we have a break and close above $112 here with Quant, expect the price to be going to the upside with super high velocity, right? It can happen even in a space of 2 days. That can actually happen. Usually we tend to spend more time going to the downside in crypto or sideways rather than the time that we spend to the going to the upside. So that actually is a huge possibility there. We can also actually see this same price action being also replicated by XTC, and this is actually a recent example. This is just recently, June 2023, right? You can see the same structure here. Once you break above these levels here, this is usually when you start picking steam. Obviously there was a pullback right here, but really didn't mean anything after testing that support level there. The price was off to the races. I don't really remember how much, the percentages were right here because I wasn't involved. I just witnessed later, but that also was a minimum of 212%. So this is only in the immediate short term, as I've already pointed out. Now, what are we looking for the long term here when Quant? There are many approaches that we can take, and I can tell you with a high degree of certainty, all of them are really, really optimistic right here. Not just because we feel optimistic, but we are looking at previous data in the market, and we can actually draw some very nice conclusions right here. So if you want to take a look at the all-time price set of Quant, which I'm going to be using another portal right here, and you can actually see that, yes, with the Quant price set, this is the Quant price set since inception. And you can see that there are clear cycles right here. This is the first cycle. This is the second cycle here, a corrective one. This is a third cycle. This is a fourth cycle here, a corrective one. And then usually, according to Elliott wave theory, you are expecting a fifth cycle to show up. So this basically what you see here on the screen is the Elliott wave theory, which suggests that price is moving in 5 waves to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. And then you can see that there is a missing wave right here, because usually that is supposed to go above the third wave, right, to make it nice and easy. But here we can see that there is a missing wave, which is suggesting that, you know what, the Quant price actually still has good space and room to go to the upside. But really, how high can we go with that, right? Now, if we take a closer look at those structures that we were just referring to, you can actually see a clear pattern right here, clear market structure, which you can see there is a rally that happens, and then there is a cross that follows right here. There is some kind of a retrace that happens here, another accumulation that happens here, reaccumulation, and then boom, the price starts moving to the upside right here. So you can kind of see that market structure, that rally, crash, retrace, reaccumulation happening there, which is almost the same thing that we see here with XRP as well. If you just go back a little bit here, you can see that the price rallied first, obviously, right? The price is rallying, it crashes, right? It retraces, and then goes into accumulation right there before it pops to the upside. You can see that same market structure that we were looking at with Dogecoin, obviously. Now, if you also want to take a look at the recent example that we were giving, which was XTC, you can also see the same kind of thing being exhibited right there, in which you can see the price is rallying right before it peaks, and then it crashes, it kind of retraces right here, goes into reaccumulation, and then boom, it goes to the upside just like that. So that structure is very, very important because we're going to use it for something really, really important right here. So if we want to go back and try to see how high these structures go, the same thing that the Quant prices is doing here, we could simply go ahead and grab our favorite adjustment too, right? So if we come back to Dogecoin right here from the very top of that structure there, to the very bottom of the structure, you can easily see that, you know what, a Dogecoin first stopped, its initial stop was at the 4.236 fib extension level right there. So it stopped there. Obviously, it continued even higher, but this was the major resistance before it even continued higher, right? The thing with XRP was, well, in that same kind of a structure here, a cross retrace accumulation here, you can see that it actually managed to do something like close to that 4.236 fib extension level. It exceeded it, obviously, but then again, the main thing is we got to the full extension of that fib retracement 2 there. And then if we want to go ahead and do the same thing with XDC, this one actually was lacking a little bit. It really couldn't hit that 4.236, but then again, its rally is not even complete at the moment. So, I mean, right now, it managed to get just above 3.618 fib retracement level. Who knows, it may even continue going higher. So we can actually see that this pattern is actually bringing those super high fib extension levels there, and that's something that is optimistic in my own opinion. And then, I mean, if we just want to go ahead and take a look at other examples in the market that you have that kind of a structure here, that they rally, right? Just like you see Bitcoin is doing here, is rallying, it crashes, right? It goes into somewhat of a retrace and then it goes full extension right here. You can see, again, with fib retracement 2, that you do basically the same thing, right? Here from top to bottom, you are continuing to that 4.236 fib retracement level. So it's actually a common suspect. Now, what happens when we go back to the quant price that you were saying that there is a missing extension right here when it comes to the Elliott wave theory? If we would go ahead and apply the same thing here, you can see that, yeah, a quant is exhibiting that same thing high of a rally, of a crash, of a retrace, of a reaccumulation. And with the kind of analysis that we are doing here, that we are going to be breaking down, we're going to be breaking up actually with that 250% that is going to be imminent at any point in time right now. We will be looking at that signature move completed. And then what we'll be simply be doing is grab your fib retracement 2 from the very top to the very bottom of the structure. And you have a specific price target here of the 4.236 fib retracement level from 4 different structures. And you can see that actually we are looking at something like $1,734 for quant in the next bull run. So yes, this is the analysis on quant right now at the moment. Obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll be able to see you on the next one. Take good care of yourself. Bye.